Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Non-League to Premier League. My name's Louis, also known as Lurg. It's Friday then. Well, Premier League's a little bit difficult, isn't it? We are still sat in a very good situation. We brought in a player as well, which has really helped shore up our midfield, which we'll get into in a moment. But our form has not been very good. It's difficult. It really is difficult. We've changed things up, though. We're playing a lot better at the moment. So hopefully that will be obviously shown in the live com today. Two very winnable games. One against Leicester at home. One against Sheffield United away. We need to get wins on the board, guys, because we're this far ahead of the drop zone. Let's get into it and show you exactly what is happening then, shall we? So, as you can see, you were last with us for the games against Aston Villa and Liverpool. We then drew 1-1 with Arsenal, which was a really good result. And in all fairness, we could have beat Arsenal. We really could. We then went away to Old Trafford, got absolutely stomped. They went 1-0 up. I tried to attack to get us back into the game, and they just hit us with attack after attack after attack. And honestly, 4-0, kind of complimentary to how we played, because we really could have lost by a big margin there. Southampton then, we lost 3-0 with at home. Very disappointing performance. Then, we finally got our man in Hamza, who we will have a look at in a minute. Home performance against Norwich in a slightly different formation with a bit more of a solid midfield trio with a defensive midfielder in there. And we beat Norwich 4-2. We then went away to Stamford Bridge playing exactly the same system, and we only lost 1-0. Chelsea, a very good side with quality throughout them. So we're happy with how we played, and we're happy with kind of the turnaround in our form. So hopefully that's going to be, like I said, shown in the video this afternoon. So transfers then. If we come into our transfer history, you will see that we paid $7.5 million for Hamza Chowdhury. We only paid a little bit up front for him. Very good, very solid. Obviously, you know who the man is. We actually bought him from Newcastle. We're playing him in a defensive midfielder role at the moment. And he's played very well since coming in. Newcastle paid $20 million for him from Watford. Obviously, we picked him up for 7.5. I think he's going to be brilliant for us, I really do. And I'm hoping that, obviously, if we can keep our Premier League status and finish a little bit higher up the table, that we'll be able to attract some really good calibre of players. Because there was a midfielder who we wanted. If I can come into our scouting and our shortlist, where was he? We don't want interested in Kinsella. Where is he? Who was at Leeds, and he's gone to kind of a jokey league. I can't even see him now. Maybe we didn't. Oh. Anyway, it was a left-sided midfielder, a position that we do need to improve in, and he chose a team in an Asian league over us, and they was paying him less money than we were. So very disappointing. Also, while we're having a look at the transfers out, we've got rid of youngster. Where is he gone? Matthew Tahoy. Kicking up a fuss, wanted first team football. Obviously, he's only 18 years old and he's not quite at the level that he needs to be yet to be playing in the first team. He's not terrible by any means, but he's certainly not kind of the quality that's needed. So we got 35 grand for him, plus a 25% sell-on clause. So we may make money in the future on him. He's obviously gone to Wigan. He's in there under 23s. So best of luck to him, but he's just not quite good enough for what we want at the moment. Right, without further ado, let's get into the games this afternoon against Leicester and then Sheffield United. So here we are then for the game at the Bob Faulkner Stadium against Leicester, and we have an 11 of Felipe, Giles, Gilchrist, Davis and Gerardo, Chowdhury, Ludwig and Sparrow in the midfield with McGee and Batil on the wings, Mokhtar up front. We're hoping for a very good performance this afternoon. They've been camera shy for a little while now of our boys, and we really would like to see a good performance on the live comms. I think I deserve it. I think you guys deserve it for all your recent support. Really has been phenomenal. Don't forget to smash the like button for me. Drop a comment. How do you think we're getting on at the moment? I'm quite happy. Obviously, we've still got a long way to go and some improvements to make. But I think we're heading in the right direction. We're not going to get into any of this at the moment. We're focusing on us. And hopefully, we see 2 really good results on the live com today. I am very, very confident. Oh, and as it says that, we nearly go 1-0 down within 2 minutes to Leicester. But luckily, we don't. That wouldn't have been a very good start to the live com at all, would it? So, as you can see, we're dominating possession here. We are coming forward, the better team. No highlights yet, just coming into one though. Batil's on the ball. Oh, the lovely ball floated towards the back, and unfortunately Mokhtar's offside. He wasn't going to get it anyway. Really nice from the keeper there. Mokhtar in, no, and it's just wide. I just want us to make that breakthrough. I really do think that we deserve a good live com. And again, I think you guys are deserving of one because you've stayed with us when we've been in such a poor run of form. And I know that our first season in the Premier League was always going to be our hardest. It's a huge, huge step up in competition, especially when you consider kind of like the top 8 teams in the league and the players that they have compared to us. Worth noting as well, Mokhtar's onside, and he's got it. Go on, Anime! Oh, beautiful 1-0 to the Moors. I was just about to say, because we'll have a look at the goal here. Davies plays it back to Gilchrist. Gilchrist goes to the ball over the top. Mokhtar, lovely run, takes it down. Keeper's a little bit unlucky there, really, because Mokhtar tried to get it straight over him. Didn't take it down as I thought he was going to, but he follows up very, very nicely. Now, as a team, we are paying 425 grand a week out in wages. In comparison, the 19th place team in the league, West Brom, are paying more than double out in wages than what we are. So we are still very, very early in our kind of establishment as a squad, and we're just not competitive in terms of wages. And I think that's really what's kind of costing us against these teams that are not in as competitive a league as us, or are not in as good a position as us, and players are just opting to go to them rather than come to us. We need to get a little bit more competitive, and hopefully if we can stay in the Premier League this year, we'll have the budget then to do so. And obviously our reputation will be improved, so we should have the pulling power to actually pull in some nice players. I'm very happy with the squad that we've got, don't get me wrong, but like I said in the last video, it is evident now, unfortunately, that some of them are just not quite cut out. Oh, lovely ball by Sparrow to Mokhtar, and Mokhtar makes it too. Come on, the boys. It's just evident that at times they're not that level. That being said, though, Batil and Sparrow there link up really nice. Lovely ball over the top by Sparrow, and Mokhtar with a lovely first-time finish at the near post. And my word, it feels good. It really does feel good. Just to have a nice performance, even if we go on and draw the game or kind of somehow manage to lose, just to get a really nice performance on the live com in front of you guys. So you can see what I'm seeing all the time is nice. Kovalenko then does pull it back to 2-1 to Leicester. We don't want to lose this game or draw. It is worth saying that. But obviously there's not a lot that can be done there. Felipe's positioning is in the right position for the initial ball, not for the second ball as it's played across the face of the goal. We've got some tired legs out there. Deon McGee not really pulling his weight today either. And Chowdhury's not having the best of games either. But we've been very, very solid. We've been playing very, very well. Chowdhury is tiring and is not playing brilliantly. We'll let this passage of play go through and we will make some changes. Ball's played back to Ludwig. Batil gets through. McGee's can he get the ball back in? He does, and Mokhtar's there for his hat-trick and his third goal of the game, which is obviously a hat-trick. Duh. His 11th goal of the season is what we was going to say. And he's come to life in recent kind of games. This formation has really seemed to suit him. 4 goals now. No, that's a lie. 6 goals in 3 games. So, averaging 2 goals a game. And obviously we really should be looking now at changing some personnel. Sparrow with a brilliant interception there. Batil plays it to Davies. Davies out wide to Gerardo. Gerardo's got to get a cross in here. Plays it back for Sparrow. Really poor pass right behind him. Solomon runs forward then. It's not being challenged by Davies here. He goes past Davies and Felipe is there at the near post, which is very good for us. And we are now going to change some personnel up. Purely because we would like to obviously see this one out now. We bring Tommy Doyle on for Ludwig. And Dion McGee's improved his performance significantly, but he is tiring. And I would like to give Morgan Tong some game time, but he doesn't seem to play very well on that left-hand side. We'll still give him a bit more. We've got 10 minutes to go. We're 3-1 to the good. And hopefully, just give everybody a little bit more confidence as well. So as you can see, that moves us up into 12th in the table yet again and 5 points clear of relegation. I did say that if we won these games against... lovely ball over the top there. Against Leicester and Sheffield United, I do think that we'll be safe, and I stand by what I said originally there. Because our last 2 games of the season are against Crystal Palace and I think, is it Watford? 3-2. Who are teams who are just underneath us. Not Watford, sorry, it's Newcastle. So, obviously last 2 games of the season are massive, massive games because they're teams right underneath us. And we should be in good stead. We've played the bigger teams in the league now, so we shouldn't get any more thumpings. We might lose games, but we certainly shouldn't get any huge scorelines go against us. And Leicester here coming forward with 4 minutes left to go. A brilliant challenge there by Davenport. Felipe knocks it out wide to Batil. Gerardo, Batil again. Plays it inside to Tommy Doyle. Davenport finds Morgan Tong in acres of space. Tong goes through and it's a brilliant save there. And Solomon keeps the ball in. This is... I was just about to say, this is twitchy here now. We don't want Leicester to get us on a counter-attack. But there we have it. 3-2 to the Moors. I am absolutely delighted. A very good performance. And hopefully, another one to come. We'll be back in a minute with the Sheffield United game. I've just misclicked on the team talk there as well. Brilliant. See you in a second, folks. Right, and so here we are for the game at Bramall Lane. Again, we need a big performance from the boys. If we can pick up 3 points here and then 3 points against Burnley in our next game, I think we're good to go. We've got games against a lot of the teams around us, although we do still have Man City, Tottenham and Everton to play as well. So there's chances for points and chances to drop points. We are going with the same 11 then of Felipe, Giles, Gilchrist, Davis, Gerardo, Chowdhury, Ludwig and Sparrow, with McGee, Batil and Mokhtar up top. I really want us to get another 3 points here, boys. If we get 3 points here, this is our game in hand. We are then 8 points, I believe it is, above the relegation zone. I'll make that great with only a few games to go. So we are going to say, I wanted to pick up where you left off last time. Right, we're not talking to anybody in the tunnels. This is how Sheffield United line up then. Lingard, Batshuayi, Fred. They've improved a little bit, haven't they? And this is our lineup, obviously. Very, very familiar looking. So hopefully we can turn another win in here now. As you can see, 12th. We are currently 5 points ahead. If we beat them here, Sheffield United will be 8 points ahead of the drop zone with playing the teams around us. So that's a really good stead that it puts us in for. And we start the game off quite nicely here. No highlights yet. Ramsdale then takes the goal kick. Lingard can't get ahead of it. Gilchrist there knocks it back to Ludwig. Chowdhury in for Mokhtar. Mokhtar plays it out wide to Batil. Batil could use Gerardo. He's actually brought down. That's going to be going to VAR. And we could have a penalty very early on here against Sheffield United. And Peter Banks does say it's a penalty. Dion McGee's the man who's going to be taking it. I should have changed that and put Mokhtar on it. But McGee's very, very good with dead balls. And as I say, that sends the keeper completely the wrong way. But unfortunately, the wider the post, that is a huge, huge miss for us. And obviously could be very, very costly. Giles then finds McGee. McGee needs to make up for that penalty miss. Giles again brings the ball forward. Luckily bounces for Ludwig. into Sparrow, McGee to Mokhtar, to Batil, playing the ball nicely but just pinging it around a little bit too much, and Batshuayi now comes forward. Gilchrist gets the ball in, but Hage is there. Comes to him on the edge of the area, and a fantastic strike, and after having the chance to go 1-0 up, we now find ourselves 1-0 down. Michy Batshuayi done really well here. Wood does try to get into it. It's not Wood, is it? It's Davis. Davis does try to get into him. Unfortunately, the ball falls back to him, puts it across for Hadji, and that is 1-0 to the Blades. Sparrow then finds Ludwig to Chowdhury, back to Sparrow, over the top, and it's no good there in the ball for Dion McGee. Hadji comes forward, Ravella, inside to Fred, back to Ravella. Ravella goes out wide, but McGee intercepts, plays a nice ball across to Batil. Batil then gets it inside, Ludwig brings it forward now, McGee again. Can't get round his man, and again, we just look a little bit void of what to do here. Over the top by Sparrow to McGee. Batil's there, it's bouncing around, it's pinged off of Mokhtar. I don't really think he knew much about the finish, to be honest. We'll have to see this on the replay. The ball originally was heading for Batil on the right-hand side, and it looked like it was going to be a lovely little ball from McGee. Sure, though. Oh, it's a beautiful finish by Mokhtar on his head. A little budoink. And that brings us back to 1-1, level playing field then, and hopefully we can push on from here. Very, very even game though, very, very tight. I don't mind a draw. Draw away from home is never a bad thing. It still leaves us 6 points ahead of where we need to be, with only 9 games left to go. McGee with the free kick, floats in, Gilchrist can't get there, Ramsdale does collect it. And is this going to be a counter-attack now? It is heading forward, heading backward. Davis gets it. Giles then is going to use McGee surely. McGee just really kind of floundering on the ball this afternoon. He's taking far too long. Chowdhury does get a foot in though. Sparrow. He's got Gerardo. He plays it to Gerardo. Back inside to Chowdhury. To Davis. Chowdhury again. Ludwig. He goes out wide for Batil. Batil takes it down lovely. And that's going to be another penalty. And Dion McGee is certainly not going to be taking this one after the last. Although, maybe we give it him. No, I don't think we do. It's not a penalty anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we're going to get a free kick, surely? No, apparently just nothing then. Brilliant. We are playing very well here. We've got a higher XG. The game's very, very even. You know, I wouldn't say that either of us at the moment are dominating the other. Batil's not playing very well. McGee's not playing very well. So we are going to bring on Tong. Who else is not playing well? Joe Sparrow's having a bit of an awful game. Do you know what? We're going to go... No, we won't do that. What we will do is we'll bring on Tommy Doyle and we'll switch Tommy Doyle and Ludwig around. We've got Morgan Tong on. Ludwig's having a bit of an off game completely, but we'll wait till later on because we can always drop McGee back and put Tong on that left-hand side and Petruzzi on that right-hand side. Do I want to do that now? Seems a little bit extreme changing 3 players at half-time and we haven't played bad. So we're just going to stick with the 2 changes for now and hope that that's enough to kind of push us on. And we're also going to shout at the boys with a little bit of enthusiasm because they have played well. And like I say, a point away from home really for us is massive at the moment. Gerardo takes the throw. Ludwig then plays it back to Davis. Davis looks for Tong but can't get there. Hadji's going to try and get it. Gilchrist gets there above him. Plays it to Doyle, to McGee. McGee goes round his man, Paulo, but Doyle does collect the ball. Plays it back to Hamza Chowdhury. Ludwig here. Plays it to Tong, to Mokhtar. Back to Tong, to Ludwig, to McGee. Bouncing around everywhere. Can we please just get the ball in the box? Giles plays it to McGee, to Chowdhury, to Mokhtar, to Doyle. Oh, and that was a fantastic save by Ramsdale there. Really strong palm to get it out. Corner comes in. It's no good. Tong does get it back to McGee though. Back to Tong. What? Oh, Dion McGee's just stood in a mile offside there. And again, he's just having a bad day, is Dion. And I don't want to be too harsh on him. He's been a fantastic servant to us. but sometimes he really does just get found out at this level. Gerardo to Tommy Doyle. Tommy Doyle then goes back to Hamza Chowdhury, into Ludwig, back to Chowdhury, to Ludwig again. Pinging the ball around, but not actually getting any further forward here. Ludwig does use Gerardo. Goes back to Ludwig, plays it down the line for Tong. Tong gets in there, and somehow Mohamed Mokhtar has squeezed the ball in at the near post in front of Ramsdale there. And after some of the plays that Ramsdale's made this afternoon, huge mistake for them. Very, very costly, as you can see here. The ball does come down, and I think Ramsdale actually gets there first. And Mokhtar does actually nip just in front of him and ping it off the inside of the post. We'll take that all day long. Thank you very, very much. Again, even game. This is not one that we've dominated. Obviously, we was a lot better looking against Leicester. But 3 points is massive for us at this stage of the season. If we can just hold on now, I'll be really, really happy. 2 minutes left to go. The clock's winding down. And that is a fantastic result away at Bramall Lane. 2 big results on the live com today. Y'all deserve it. Y'all have been great. Can't thank you enough for the support. And this does mean, in my opinion, obviously, we could still go down. Mathematically, we're nowhere near safe. But in my opinion, winning those 2 games today was absolutely pivotal. With that, I believe we're safe. Wasn't perfect, but it was memorable. It gave him, obviously, some newfound confidence. As you can see then, 9 games left to go. We've got a horrible goal difference. It has to be said, we've been very, very leaky at the back. But 33 points now. 8 points ahead of Aston Villa. 8 points ahead of Norwich. Only 9 points ahead of West Brom. So it really, really all is to play for. Oh, guys, have a fantastic, fantastic weekend. I can't thank you again enough for all of your support. We'll catch you on Monday with the last 2 games of the season. Have a great one.